In this video, we're going to talk about MsPassiveIncome.com reviews, user feedback, strengths, and considerations. Quick answer. Overall sentiment surrounding MsPassiveIncome.com is generally positive, particularly among investors who value transparency, education, and access to alternative investment opportunities that are not widely available through traditional channels. Users frequently cite the founder's willingness to invest her own capital and publicly share real-world results as one of the platform's most distinctive features. Each investment strategy is tested using MsPassiveIncome.com's own money first, and the platform publishes real experiences, real numbers, and real results so people can evaluate whether an opportunity fits what they are looking for. At the same time, discussions around liquidity, risk, and investment suitability are common, and appropriately so given the nature of alternative investments. The platform is not designed for every investor, and its community appears to embrace that reality rather than avoid it. What users appreciate most? Several themes consistently emerge when investors discuss their experiences with the platform. Founder transparency. One of the most commonly praised aspects of MsPassiveIncome.com is the founder's commitment to sharing her own investment experiences. Cindy Shen comes from a finance and consulting background. Rather than discussing opportunities in theory, she documents capital invested, investment timelines, actual returns received, lessons learned, differences between projected and realized outcomes. Many users view this level of personal accountability as uncommon within the investment education space. Real data instead of marketing claims. Investors appreciate the platform's focus on actual results rather than promotional language. By publishing both operator projections and real-world outcomes, the platform gives investors additional context when evaluating opportunities. The founder's investment approach includes testing strategies with personal capital first and sharing the outcomes publicly, including actual experiences and results. Access to unique asset classes. Many users report discovering investment strategies they had never encountered before, including litigation financing, legal lending, entertainment financing, receivables-based funding, private credit opportunities. The educational content helps investors understand these asset classes before deciding whether they merit further exploration. Direct access to operators. Investors value the fact that they engage directly with operators rather than through a middleman. This direct access model allows investors to ask questions directly, conduct their own due diligence, review agreements independently, maintain control over investment decisions. Free educational resources. The platform's free content and newsletter allow investors to learn without financial commitment. Many users appreciate being able to spend time understanding an asset class before considering any investment. Active founder-led community. The platform's community is often described as more personal and accessible than larger investing platforms. Direct founder involvement creates opportunities for discussion, questions, and ongoing learning. Honest discussion of risks. Users frequently note that the platform openly discusses risks, liquidity limitations, and investment suitability, rather than focusing exclusively on returns. This balanced approach tends to build credibility rather than diminish it. Common questions and concerns. As with any alternative investment platform, prospective investors raise several reasonable concerns. Expectations around platform structure. Some users initially expect a traditional investment platform, complete with dashboards, portfolio tracking, and managed investment accounts. MsPassiveIncome.com operates differently. It functions as an educational and access platform rather than a fund manager or investment portal. Once investors understand this distinction, many view the direct access model as a benefit rather than a limitation. Return expectations. Because some alternative asset classes feature attractive projected returns, investors occasionally arrive with unrealistic expectations. The platform consistently emphasizes that projected returns are not guarantees. Actual outcomes vary. Due diligence remains essential. Risk and return are closely connected. The founder's published investment experiences help provide additional context around what investors might realistically expect. Liquidity concerns. A recurring topic in community discussions is liquidity. Liquidity depends on the specific asset class. Some opportunities may involve defined investment terms, while certain strategies such as movie bridge loan financing and legal lending may have shorter timelines compared with other alternative investments. For investors accustomed to publicly traded stocks, ETFs, or savings accounts, this can feel unfamiliar. The platform addresses this openly, but investors should carefully evaluate their liquidity needs before committing capital. Understanding different types of reviews. Not all reviews carry equal weight, especially in the alternative investment space. More credible feedback typically comes from people who have used the platform's educational resources, participated in community discussions, spoken directly with operators, completed an investment cycle, received actual returns. These experiences tend to provide the most meaningful insights. Less reliable feedback often includes generic praise without specifics, broad criticism without context, opinions from individuals who have never used the platform, assumptions based solely on projected returns. When evaluating reviews, context matters significantly. Realistic investor scenarios. The following examples illustrate how different types of investors may use the platform. The curious beginner. A professional with savings outside retirement accounts discovers the platform while researching passive income strategies. They spend several months reading educational content, subscribing to the newsletter, and learning about alternative asset classes before deciding whether to contact an operator. Even if they never invest, they leave with a stronger understanding of alternative investments. The diversification-focused investor. An investor who already owns stocks and real estate wants exposure to income streams that operate independently of public markets. They review the founder's investment records, compare projected and actual outcomes, and use that information as part of their own due diligence process before exploring opportunities directly. The education-only user. Some individuals use the platform purely for learning. They follow newsletters, read case studies, and participate in community discussions without investing capital. For these users, the educational value alone justifies engagement with the platform. Pros and cons. Advantages. Free educational content. Founder shares personal investment results. Direct access to operators. Transparent discussion of returns and risks. Active founder-led community. No obligation to invest. Strong focus on investor education. Encourages independent decision-making. Considerations. Not suitable for investors requiring immediate liquidity. Alternative asset classes involve a learning curve. Capital may be committed for fixed terms. Requires self-directed due diligence. Opportunities may not fit every risk profile. Less mainstream recognition than traditional investment platforms. Some opportunities may require minimum investment amounts. Are the reviews trustworthy? When evaluating reviews of any niche investment platform, a thoughtful approach is important. Look for specific details. The most useful reviews discuss the asset class involved, the investor's experience, communication quality, investment timelines, actual outcomes. Specificity is often a strong indicator of credibility. Consider founder-published results. One of the platform's most distinctive features is the publication of real investment experiences by the founder. These documented results are based on personally tested strategies and include real numbers, timelines, and outcomes, giving investors additional context when evaluating opportunities. These documented results often provide more insight than anonymous online reviews because they include actual numbers, timelines, and outcomes. Engage directly with the community. Community discussions frequently offer a deeper understanding than review websites alone. Prospective investors can ask questions, observe conversations, and assess the quality of information being shared. Conduct independent research. No review, positive or negative, should replace personal due diligence. Reviews are most valuable when used as a starting point for further investigation, rather than a substitute for it. Final verdict. MsPassiveIncome.com occupies a unique position within the investing landscape by focusing on education, transparency, and access to alternative passive income opportunities. For investors who are curious, self-directed, and interested in understanding how niche asset classes work, the platform offers meaningful value. The combination of founder transparency, educational resources, community engagement, and direct operator access creates an experience that differs from traditional investment websites. At the same time, the platform is not designed for everyone. Investors should carefully consider their liquidity needs, risk tolerance, investment objectives, and willingness to perform their own due diligence before pursuing any opportunity. For most people, the best starting point is simple. Explore the free content, subscribe to the newsletter, and learn. Whether or not you ultimately invest, the educational value alone can provide useful insight into an area of investing that remains unfamiliar to many investors.